Good evening. Welcome everyone to the 88th annual meeting of the Iowa State University Alumni Association. I am Kathy Peterson, the 99th graduate of Iowa State University to serve as chair of the ISU Alumni Association Board of Directors. I graduated from Iowa State in 1995 with a bachelor's degree in speech communications. I'm the founder and president of PeopleWorks Incorporated, a leadership and human resource training and consulting firm. My husband Tim and I, along with our 4 children and 1 current Iowa Stater, by the way, reside outside of Storm Lake, where my husband is the 5th generation to live and work on his family's farm. Again, thank you for choosing to join us this evening for our fiscal year 2021 annual meeting. As a 501c3 organization, we are required to conduct an annual meeting anytime we elect new directors. Tonight, we will introduce our new directors, thank our retiring directors and officers, and meet your officers for fiscal year 2022, which runs July 1st, 2021 through June 30th of 2022. As chair of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, I am performing one of my last office duties, presiding over this evening's annual meeting. As this is our second time to conduct our annual meeting using some form of electronic means, let me share a few house rules with you. For those online, you will vote using the chat feature. Items to be voted on include the following: approval of the May 15, 2020 87th annual meeting minutes, approval to destroy the ballots of the 2021 Board of Directors slate, approval to adjourn the 88th annual meeting of the ISU AA. Motions will come from members who are present in person here in the Alumni Center. If you have a question or a comment, I ask that you use the chat feature during this meeting. Here are a few quick reference notes for the annual meeting. Discussion and voting are limited to the items on the agenda. Our quorum is simply the number of members present. Agenda items are approved upon majority vote. Now for a test. If you are joining us online using the chat feature, please tell us where you are joining us from. We have Missouri and Minnesota, Colorado. Awesome. So great to have so many of you joining us online. Thank you. This year's annual meeting is historic for 2 reasons. First, this is the first time your association has held its annual meeting as a hybrid meeting. And as we all know, this decision was made in response to the continuing nature of the COVID-19 pandemic. Secondly, I feel strongly about this from a positive perspective. This decision has allowed us to engage a greater number of our members in our board election and in this year's annual meeting. Post-COVID-19, we will evaluate how we continue aspects of these greater engagement tools going forward. Our Alumni Association has had another outstanding year. I also salute the university on continuing many exciting achievements under President Wendy Winterstein's leadership. Iowa State continues to be the state's largest public university and leader in educating the largest number of Iowa residents. It had a banner year in faculty hires and honors bestowed, sponsoring funding receipts, athletic achievements, fundraising totals, and building projects, especially the almost completed Student Performance Center and the upgrades to the Jack Trice Stadium. We thank everyone who's had a hand in any of these efforts. This fiscal year, the association focused on the 4th year of work related to the organization's 5-year strategic plan. The plan focused the work of the association in the following critical areas: constituent engagement, collaborative partnerships, internal organization and diversity and inclusion, and financial health. Some highlights I'd like to mention in each of these areas from this past year are as follows. In the area of constituent engagement, members of the advisory work group reviewed 4 years of data from the Program and Services Audit and the 2020 Brand Benchmark Survey to provide recommendations that will enhance the programs and services offered to our constituents. Enhancement in the areas of career services, the Cardinal and Gold Gala, Visions Magazine, and member benefits are currently being implemented by our staff. In the area of collaborative partnerships, members of this advisory work group had the charge to reach out to the following association partners: the ISU Colleges, ISU Foundation, ISU Papa John Center for Entrepreneurship, and the ISU Extension and Outreach. Focus groups were conducted with each to learn their alumni relations concerns regarding the work of the ISUAA and how the entities can work better together. We received great feedback from each partner, and our staff is implementing ideas that were received into each of their programs. In the areas of internal organization and diversity and inclusion, an ad hoc committee created an annual diversity and inclusion calendar to strategically recognize and communicate diversity and inclusion related events such as Black History Month and National Women's History Month through alumni stories and connections to Iowa State University. The Diversity and Inclusion Calendar is a collaborative effort between the ad hoc committee, the ISUAA communications team, and the ISU Office of the Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. The committee also developed and implemented a customer service plan to formalize the association's approach and standards to customer service. This ensures the organization has a consistent foundation to maintain the highest level of service to our partners. Finally, around financial health, thanks to the receipt of 2 PPP loans, the innovative work of staff, the financial support of alumni and friends, and the response of our leadership team regarding staffing and program decisions, I am happy to report that we are on track to close out the fiscal year in a very healthy position. Again, it's been another exciting and productive year for your association, despite the unexpected realities associated with COVID-19. By the tapping of this gavel, I hereby call the 88th annual meeting of the Iowa State University Alumni Association to order. All members received 2 emails from us which contained a link to this evening's agenda. Please turn your attention to agenda item number 2, approval of the May 15th, 2020 minutes. The minutes from the 87th annual meeting of the ISU Alumni Association can be found starting on pages 3 and 4. May I have a motion from a member to accept the minutes of the May 15th, 2020 annual meeting?
I move approval.
Do we have a second? It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes from the May 15th, 2020 annual meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Thank you. It has been moved and approved to accept the minutes from the May 15th, 2020 annual meeting. Now for agenda item number 3, the Governance Committee report and destruction of ballots. I now call Tim Quick, Chair-elect of the ISU Alumni Association Board of Directors and Chair of the Association's Governance Committee, to provide the reports from the Tellers Committee. Chair-elect Quick, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Chair Peterson. The Iowa State University Alumni Association Tellers Committee has reviewed the 2021 Board of Directors election process and has verified the vote. Hereby declares the following 5 board members as duly elected to serve as new members of the board from 2021 to 2025. All right. First, Dan Bomblaskis, 2003. Industrial Engineering and Economics. Master's 2006 Industrial Engineering. Lives in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Allison Flynn, 2010 Animal Science. 2014 Veterinary Medicine. Lives in Cheverly, Maryland. Trey Hemmingson, 2011 Advertising. Lives in Denver, Colorado. Amanda Matchett, 2008 Marketing, International Business. Lives in Blaine, Minnesota. Melissa Schnorr, 2014 Psychology, Master's 2006 Human Development and Family Studies, PhD in 2009, lives in Ankeny, Iowa. We also like to welcome Hunter Crawford, Designated Director Hunter Crawford. Hunter is the President of the Student Alumni Association Council, Leadership Council, and will serve 1-year term as a student representative to the board. He is a senior majoring in agricultural business from Clarinda, Iowa. We further welcome Bonnie Whalen, Designated Director Bonnie Whalen. Bonnie will replace Director Joan Piscitello on the ISUAA board following Piscatello's June 30, 2021 retirement from Iowa State University. Bonnie is the Associate Vice President for Institutional Financial Strategy at Iowa State. She has 2 degrees from Iowa State, 1992 Finance and 2012 Master's of Public Administration. This is my report. I request the ballots be destroyed.
Let me be the first to welcome these cyclones to the board. We are all excited to have you. The Tellers Committee reports that the election is official and requests that the ballots be destroyed. Members, is there a motion to destroy the ballots? Second? A motion has been made and seconded to destroy the ballots. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no? Thank you. The motion has carried, and the ballots will be destroyed. I would now like to introduce and thank my officer team from the past year. Chair-elect Tim Quick of Clive, Iowa. Immediate past chair Tom Connett from Dallas, Texas. Vice Chair of Records Dana Wilkinson from Bettendorf, Iowa. Vice Chair of Finance Mark Morse from Parker, Colorado. Board Treasurer Joan Piscatello from Ankeny, Iowa. And Jeff Johnson, the Laura and Russ Talbot Endowed ISUAA President and CEO of Ames, Iowa. Thank you all for your generous and your dedicated service. I also thank our retiring board members and board associates who will be recognized formally later this evening for their longstanding incredible service to the association and to Iowa State University. In addition, I want to thank all members of the ISUAA staff. This group has worked tirelessly over the year and continues to find new, creative, and innovative opportunities for strengthening engagement, increasing revenue, and growing membership. Last but not least, I want to thank my husband Tim and my children Henry, Oliver, Nora, and Elsie for their love and support throughout the past year as I have served as board chair. This has truly been an exciting and rewarding experience, and I am proud to say that I have been part of it. I now present to you the ISU Alumni Association Board Officers for fiscal year 2022. Chair, Tim Quick of Clive, Iowa. Chair-elect Mark Morse from Parker, Colorado. Vice Chair of Records Kathy Schmidt from Plymouth, Minnesota. Vice Chair of Finance Greg Smith of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Board Treasurer Bonnie Wayland from Pilot Mound, Iowa. Jeff Johnson, the Laura and Russ Talbot Endowed ISUAA President and CEO from Ames, Iowa, and immediate past chair me, Kathy Peterson from Alta, Iowa. I know you join me in thanking these individuals for agreeing to serve as your officers for fiscal year 2022. I was truly humbled by the opportunity to serve as chair of the board. This experience has added to my already deep appreciation of being an Iowa Stater. I'm honored to have had a small part in helping guide and support this university that we all love so dearly. Your board has served and represented you, your colleagues, Iowa State, and the association extremely well this past year. In the spirit of thinking like there is no box, the chair's quote I had chosen for this year, they have carried out their duties with creativity, generosity, and professionalism. I want to thank each of them for their service and commitment to Iowa State and to this association. As mentioned earlier, we are blessed with an outstanding association staff who dedicate their all to the ISUAA. And now it is time for my final duty as chair of the ISUAA Board of Directors. While I am saddened to relinquish this position, it is with great joy that I turn this gavel over this evening to your new board chair, Tim Quick. Allow me to tell you a few things about Tim. Tim received his bachelor's degree from Iowa State in Marketing and International Business in 2001 and has been on the board for the last 4 years. He is the Central Iowa Market President for Two Rivers Bank and Trust in West Des Moines, Iowa. Tim grew up in Ankeny and now resides in Clive. Tim is a life member and sustaining donor of the Alumni Association. As an active Iowa Stater, both as a student and an alumnus, Tim is well prepared to lead this board and further position the association for service to Iowa State University and its many constituents. Tim, on behalf of your board colleagues, I wish you all the best during your year of service as chair and the chief alumnus representative of this fine organization and its members.
Kathy, thank you for your excellent leadership you have shown during this last year. You were the right person at the right place at the right time for this hybrid model that we had last year. Thank you for your excellent leadership. Members of the board, Alumni Association members, and staff, I want to thank you for bestowing this honor of service on me. Please know I will gladly accept this leadership role. I will continue to work diligently on behalf of Iowa State, our members, and Cyclone Everywhere, including students and university friends. Now on for agenda number 6, recognition of outgoing board members and board associates. I now call the Alumni Association Laura and Russ Talbot Endowed President and CEO, Dr. Jeff Johnson, to honor our outgoing board members. Jeff?
Thank you, Tim. I have the honor this evening of officially thanking 7 retiring board members. These individuals have been stellar leaders for this organization and awesome partners with and ambassadors for this university. This year's class of retiring directors, in a nutshell, are described as being hardworking, fiercely loyal, Iowa State proud, and extremely professional. While I could never do full justice in describing their impact on the organization, I will say a few sentences about each of them. I ask the board members to please come forward upon the completion of the presentation and receive a token of our appreciation for your service. Photos will be taken at the conclusion of tonight's annual meeting. Our first recognition is to Tom Connop. This Cyclone, a proud native Iowan and Iowa State alumnus with deep affection for his adopted state of Texas and Wolverine law degree, came to meetings prepared, raised good questions, and worked to keep the association positioned for success. He balanced service to the ISU with his loyalty to the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and his love of Iowa State athletics. Mark Twain's quote, "The 2 most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find your why," defined Tom's acts of service and his year as board chair in 2019 through 2020. We thank you, Tom, for your 5 years of service and your loyal board engagement. Congratulations and thank you. Heather Duncan. She is mature beyond her years. The ISUAA couldn't use you for 4 more years because we need your brain, your wisdom, and your perspective. Her empathetic, studious, and straightforward approach to service has been refreshing. She's remained family-centered, faith-filled, and forever true to Iowa State. The Iowa State University Alumni Association benefited greatly from her service and will forever hold her in high regards. We thank Heather for never hiding her light under a bushel and for always bringing her total armor to these 4 years of service. We also thank her for sharing her family with us during this adventure. She's made this organization, our staff, and its collaboration efforts better. Thank you, Heather. Don Hoy. He's always teaching and ever prepared. He's ready to state a motion, provide a second, and carry out the business at hand. He was always the professor in the room, but still a student among his peers. In other words, he was a team player. He was completely grounded in his perspective, but open to the ideas of others. Don and Mary smiled from their hearts, served from their wells of gratitude, and advanced others as partners. We thank him for sharing his full self these past 4 years with Iowa State University and the ISU Alumni Association. We thank him for his service on this board. Thank you, Don. Joan Piscatello. She's a friend, a colleague, and a consummate professional. She's also funny. She doesn't know it, but she's funny. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She's a contributor, always fully engaged, and a role model. And this list could go on, and it will. Always forthright, she speaks truth kindly. She is a forever true Cyclone. We thank Joan for pushing this organization forward in so many areas and ways, for executing her fiscal and institutional role in this organization with class and care, and for stressing partnership and collaboration. She even managed to balance her cardinal and gold with a hint of black and gold. We thank you, Joan, for your service, and we wish you all the best in your retirement. Thank you. Lauren Sensabaugh, who is joining us virtually, while quiet, this student was fully aware of what was going on. She was very much on top of things. When she spoke, it was because she had something to say. She also showed incredible leadership during this year-long period of COVID-19. As a volunteer and leader of the Association Student Alumni Leadership Council, she and her peers showed great maturity, flexibility, innovation, and creativity as they carried out their roles during this unprecedented time. She found time to serve on this board and share her perspective with confidence and grace. We look forward to staying in touch with Lauren and serving her. We've been honored to call her an association board director. Dana Wilkerson. While this forever true Cyclone lives in the heart of Hawkeye country, she has remained committed to Iowa State University. Witty and servant leader are key traits that she possesses. She served the College of Design while also serving on this board. She brought her full self to every meeting, including the extra commitment required to serve on the executive committee. She found space to make us laugh and grace to make us think. She was always willing to stand up, speak up, and push us. She is emotionally connected to this place and this experience. She came to us as an alumna, but leaves us as a friend. We thank you for your service. Congratulations. Suzanne Wyckoff. She was proud, honored, willing, and happy to serve this organization. She made time for our alma mater through her faithful service on this board. Her ability to stop us, center us, and help us move through tough conversations will be missed. Her grammar checking of all official documents became a gift to this board and organization. Her use of humor reminded us not to take ourselves too seriously, and a glass of champagne became her hallmark symbol. She departs this board having imprinted our hearts, sharpened our minds, and added to our Iowa State adventure. Thank you, Suzanne. Tonight, we also extend thanks and gratitude to 3 of our retiring board associates who were not able to be with us this evening. While these individuals are not elected or appointed directors on the association's board, they have been instrumental to the work of the board on various committees. Don Dan Bumblaskas. From 2017 to 2021, served on the Collaborative Partnerships Advisory Work Group and the Internal Organization and Diversity Ad Hoc Committee. He has been a stellar volunteer for this organization for some time, and as you know from tonight's announcement, we are thrilled to welcome him as a new director to the association's board. Please join me in thanking Dan for his continuing service to the association. Next is Nancy Dittmer. From 2017 to 2021, served on the Audit Committee and has been nothing short of spectacular and deeply engaged. The work of the Audit Committee witnessed continuous improvement because of her involvement. Tonight, we thank Nancy and we offer her our thanks for her loyal service to this organization. Nancy Dittmer, thank you. Karen Helt Chapman, from 2017 to 2021, served on the Constituent Engagement Advisory Work Group and the Internal Organization and Diversity Ad Hoc Committee. Karen is a model cyclone. Her love for Iowa State is undeniable. Karen, thanks for including the association in your legacy of service to Iowa State. Please join me in thanking Karen. Tonight, we also say thank you, but not farewell, to Kathy Peterson. Anywho, yep, this is one of Kathy's common phrases. Anywho, this evening, Kathy, we say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for showing us how to really step up, stop ourselves, focus, and be in the moment. Thank you for challenging us to work, to operate, think, and progress as though there was no box. Thanks for the bold steps, the conversations, and the processes you introduce us all to as ways to improve meetings, use of videos for individuals, committees, and advisory work group reports. You taught us how to plan, the introduction of the Vision Traction Organizer tool, and bring our leadership team together following our staffing reorganization through the book, The Servant. In other words, thanks for stretching us and giving from your well of knowledge and creating a place where we really do think and think as though there is no box. Thank you for caring about this organization. Thank you for caring for the staff, and thank you for caring for your colleagues. Thanks for caring for Iowa State so deeply and so passionately. Thank you for being a risk taker, guided by principles and values. Thanks for including everyone's opinions. Thanks for following up to close the loop on any unfinished business, but most importantly, thanks for being 100% engaged all the time. Please accept a token of our appreciation, and we look forward to your continuing involvement with this board as its immediate past chair. Please join me in thanking Kathy Peterson. Kathy, the lectern is yours.
I want to thank you, Jeff, not only for the kind words you just provided, but also for your support, guidance, openness to my many questions and ideas, and your friendship as we've navigated this very challenging year together. I'm also proud to be a member of this association. Not only did we survive this challenging year, your board and association staff did an amazing job of quickly pivoting and adjusting to the pandemic realities by finding new ways to continue to serve and connect Cyclones everywhere. Thank you for entrusting the leadership of this board to me, and even though my position as chair is over, my commitment to the Iowa State University Alumni Association and this university will remain forever true.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there any more business to be considered during this annual meeting? All right. Seeing none, I'll now ask for a motion to adjourn the 88th annual meeting of the Iowa State University Alumni Association. All right, there's been a motion that's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor? Aye. Say aye. All right, motion passes. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Have a good night.